That's fun, actually.
Yeah. All right.
The
intro.
I accidentally came up with a good podcast name after we already have a podcast name.
You can do the intro.
Yes.
All right. Do the intro.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Nyix Podcast, a Star Wars reference, almost obscure as this podcast. And let me just tell you, it took stupid long to set up this entire recording. We are in person currently, which we probably will not be for most of the podcast until we eventually go video, maybe, hopefully.
Video's hard.
Video is nice, though.
Yeah, and we actually have to have a decent space to be in. Right
That-
now, everything's just kind of a mess.
That is true.
We just took my current desk and just attached another microphone to it, and
Yeah.
then slammed a nice board on it because
I know.
we know the guys over at Gospel Sound Productions. They're helping us out.
They are. They are. It's actually, this is really nice. We got the Roadcaster and 2 Shure SM7Bs. Now, we both already have Shure SM7Bs, so we just borrowed one, but mine is at my house, so
Yeah.
I was
borrowing
not able
the
to grab it. But it was nice. But this Roadcaster is sick. They got these tracks and everything. I do have one complaint about it, though, is that I don't know if it's better with the software, but Ben over here, being the worst, uses Linux, so the software is not compatible, which usually with Linux, if an app isn't compatible, it is. You just have to
Work a little harder.
work a little harder for it. So instead, we get this really, really basic EQ on the Roadcaster built in, where you don't even get to customize things. You just turn this
It's either you have
slider
noise
on
gate
and off.
or you don't.
Yeah, it's and you don't get to choose. It's you don't get the decibel range. So we have AC going right now, and you probably slightly hear something in the background that I'll try to work on, but I don't know how successful.
You might be
I'll
able to just cut the frequency range out in post. But
That's probably thinking Premiere Pro.
it's got a flex that he paid for editing
I
software.
know. I didn't mean to say it like that, but I just did because I thought it was funny. But
Yeah.
it was really nice though being able to borrow all this stuff because the
It wasn't-
Roadcaster.
I
is
honestly didn't think
really
it was
cool.
that bad to set up. Niece is
No.
over here complaining, but
I mean, I didn't. It could be better, and I don't know if the software would have made my life easier.
it definitely would have.
But it definitely.
Linux is worth it though. Switch to Linux, everybody.
So actually, segue.
That was abrupt.
No, I was gonna say. Shut up. Anyway, I was gonna say that. Speaking of Linux,
Oh my goodness.
I was gonna do a 30-day Linux video.
He's still gonna do it. He's
But I
just
really
wimping
don't
out.
want to because there's a lot of things that I've I've been really into Phasmophobia, and they use voice recognition stuff, and I don't know if
That'll
that's,
work on Linux.
Is that on Linux?
Yeah,
Because
we did it in Minecraft.
It specifically uses the Windows voice recognition thing that they have.
You can probably make it work on Linux.
Yeah, but then I have to learn how to make
can't.
it work.
There's no way that there's people. Plus, if you're installing it on Proton on Steam anyway, it's it probably is already there. It's probably just baked into Proton because Steam is doing great work with Proton.
I suppose, but it specifically uses the Windows speech recognition. Also, I don't even know if some of the games I want to play will work.
You can make them work.
And streaming just might be a pain.
Basically, especially now that the Steam Deck is out, Steam is going to be working hard on Proton to make sure that all of the popular games are working. Apex even works now, so they got easy anti-cheat up and going. So I can no longer just say, "Oh guys, I can't play" because it doesn't
Well,
work.
now you can just say, "Oh guys, my graphics card sucks on Linux, so I can't play.
I can't. I'm not getting enough frames.
I'm getting 2 frames per second. I can't. Don't worry, we don't play Apex anymore, anyways.
No,
It's
okay,
only a
that's
vocal friend of ours is hey guys, Apex is a thing. But most of the time, if we play with him, it's just Minecraft.
I played one time, and it wasn't that terrible of a game. But
No,
it's just I wasn't good at it, so I just gave up.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad game. I think I'm kind of over the whole battle royale though.
Yeah, me too.
I think I just obviously it's not the nice thing about battle royales is you can't say that the gameplay is repetitive because each game, new people,
There's so many
new
random
interactions.
aspects to it.
But yeah, that's true. You can drop and you'd be like, "Oh, I got terrible loot," but the person next to me got a legendary weapon, and now I'm just gonna get absolutely wrecked.
Yeah, it's always something new.
Also,
it's very chance based.
Also, the issue I have with a lot of battle royale games is that they start off really good, base game, everybody's enjoying it, Fortnite and Apex, when they started off. But then you just get deep into it and you keep adding stuff because you're like, oh, we don't want this game to get boring for people. But then it you take a break for 2 seasons and you come back and you're like, this isn't the game I used to play.
It's also I also struggle with it a little bit because it's yes, they layer a lot on top of it, but it's there's a balance that they're trying to walk, right? Especially Fortnite right now, it's either you're really good or you just shouldn't play the game. And it's there's a balance that they're trying to walk between making it fun for competitive people so there's not too much random, but also keeping like newer players actually able to play, right? Because it's like, you know, if you do like random stuff that makes it more tipped towards the newer players, then the people that play a lot get upset because they're like, man, this game sucks. There's so much chance. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's what I like about with Fortnite. They have the arena mode, and Apex also has the ranked. But the issue with that is that they are really bad at handling their competitive play. Like arena and the
especially
ranked
early in
modes,
new seasons, because
that's
it's like
true.
everybody's stats get reset, and it's
Yeah.
just like everybody's just playing
Which
with everybody.
I think is actually really stupid that you reset stats at the beginning of seasons. I've never understood. I get why they do it because they want you to like grind out the game.
Yeah, they
but
want people to play more.
But
basically.
I feel like even if you reach top level, like let's say you hit like the highest rank in Apex, which is like, I don't even know what it is.
It doesn't matter.
It's like diamond. It's not diamond, but it's called Predator. That's what it is. It's
All
the
right.
top 500 players. They're the Predators. But it's like, I don't think people are going to stop wanting to play the game
If you don't, if it doesn't get reset.
if it doesn't get reset, because they grinded so hard to get there.
Yeah, the people that play that much are gonna play.
They're gonna keep playing. Like that's the whole point. And once you reach that kind of level, you can also get into like tournaments and like making money off of being good at the game.
The other
So-
interesting thing too is it's like
Don't think-
some games have like flat limits. Like you have a trophy system, you know, and it's like you have to have this many trophies to get to the next tier.
Yeah.
Whereas like Apex, you were saying it's like top 500 players,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know, you can get knocked out of top 500 players.
Yeah.
which is-
The other ones are XP based, but the top tier is like top 500. I think it's 500. Yeah, it's 500. Unless they changed it, but that's what it was.
That's the way a lot of I think games do it. Is like just the very highest rank has a certain number of players, so that way people can knock each other out of it. So it's not like you just like, I accomplished everything there is to do in this game now and like move on. Which, like I said, if you're playing at that high of a level anyways, that's probably not what's gonna happen.
Yeah, because like I don't think that resetting each rank a season is like the only way you can incentivize people to keep
Right.
playing.
Increase user
And
engagement.
I feel like also, I don't know. Obviously, you shouldn't. You should like update your game. You shouldn't ever just like, be like, this is the game
The
and
game
this is
is
how
done.
it be. But also, I don't think game dev companies realize that you don't need to update the game that much.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough whenever they drop like game-changing updates, and it's like the game is completely different now because we added a mech suit, and it's like if you land on a mech suit, it's like you just kill everybody.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
like-
That was my. I stopped playing Fortnite after that.
I honestly didn't. I was not playing at that point, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I just heard how bad it was.
It was
People
really
were
bad.
really upset. about
Also, this season or whatever, I played a little bit because I got kind of into Fortnite a little bit again, but then I died again, like my wanting to play it. But they added a tank, and it's just as bad as the mech.
tank.
And then it's in ranked play too.
Ouch.
So you're just like, ooh, I didn't want to land on a highly contested area where this tank is. So now this person gets it and just gets to obliterate me in
It's
the end
like,
game.
once they win the tank, it's like it's over.
Yeah, it's just, and I've never understood like stuff like that. Like I get it, keep it in the main game, it's fun, but like if I'm trying to like grind out a rank, because I
Right.
feel like it should be very much based on skill. Like obviously there's gonna be luck in any game,
Yeah.
especially that's like kind of the
That's like the whole.
that's the whole point of
whole
battle
deal with
royales
Battle
too. But you shouldn't make it like, oh, you can literally just instantly lose because you didn't get this.
That's true.
Like, I get it if you, like, drop with someone at the same time and they get a better gun than you, or you don't get a gun and they do. I'm fine with that. It's annoying, but that's just how it be.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be like, oh, yeah, I got the tank. You
Yeah.
die now.
Game over for you, buddy. Speaking
Yeah.
of competitive games, though,
Ooh,
we still haven't played Squadrons.
that's true. Well, I mean, I started the campaign and I kind of started to understand.
Yeah, you gotta
how to
really
play Star
work
Wars
through the
Squadrons.
controls and stuff. That's the hard time I'm having trying to drag people into that game. Is like I put a lot of hours into it already, so I
Yeah.
got the controls down. But it's like it's actually like a flight sim, so it's like
Yeah.
people gotta learn the controls.
Also, I'd like to use my PlayStation controller, but I need to get a new cable because my current cable is, like, really bad. 'Cause
oh
it,
yeah, you play on PC, huh?
it won't connect to my PlayStation, so that's also like an issue I've had is like I don't want to use a keyboard.
Hey Google, turn on the storage lights. It did it.
We're proud of you, Google.
It actually worked for once.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
We can add that on if we decide to go there.
I don't know if it'll hear
Anyway.
it. No, but yeah, my PlayStation 4 controller, the the cable is broken for it, and I hate.
Isn't it just a micro USB
it is,
cable?
But I hate micro USB.
Yeah, me too.
I have a burning hatred for micro. It is, but my point is like on keyboard, it's not amazing. But I will say, when I played it that one time, I streamed Squadrons because after I went to Disney, I was like, I'm in Star Wars mood.
Yeah.
I was enjoying the campaign a lot because it also does help you a lot with like controls and
It
stuff.
teaches you the controls. That's what the campaign on Squadrons really is. It's a glorified tutorial for their controls,
which is
also with slight story.
Which is honestly kind of nice.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I don't want to.
Makes the tutorial much more enjoyable to play.
Yeah, and then. One thing though about Squadrons that we've talked about a bit is my friends say that Squadrons is worse than Battlefront when it comes to to flying mechanics. And one of them had the audacity to say that Squadrons doesn't have any heart put into it, while Battlefront does.
Oh my goodness.
Battlefront, the EA owned game.
Yeah.
Oh my
Squadrons
goodness.
is EA too, but
it is. But like, I think the big thing is people are like, oh, Squadrons is terrible because the controls are too convoluted, but that's the point.
The big deal about Squadrons 2 was it's returning to this flight sim format that a lot of the actual like Star Wars fans that have been playing games for a long time. It's like that was one of the first arcade games that you could play for Star Wars, was like the TIE Fighter games and stuff. It was like you can't say it has no soul put into it, but I want to get more people into that, and it's like it's hard because it's like every time I talk to them, it's like they play like 10 minutes and they're like, man, these controls are hard.
I know that was me at one point, but then I gave it a chance one more time. And then I think the big thing is that if you're trying to get people into it, you have to like make them play the campaign on their own.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's like they have to be willing to do that. I think it would also be fun, add it to the projects list. But like if we make some flight sim gear and then play Squadrons with it.
Oh, that would be really cool.
Or like I wonder if we make like a whole seat and stuff, just like go buy or go to the junkyard and get like a really cheap bucket seat and like actually build a rig.
That would be an intense project, but that'd be pretty sick.
That would down the road for sure.
We need a little bit of
I don't even know
practice.
if we'll make that this summer. We've got a lot of other projects.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff that we're talking about, but speaking of Star Wars, as at the time of recording this podcast, we are literally about to watch the Kenobi show in like maybe 2 hours or an hour,
something like that.
Like an hour and a half to 2 hours. Came out yesterday. I'm a bit skeptical because I'm not a huge fan that Darth Vader is coming back. I'm just hoping they don't have like some crazy fight because I really like how it's like they don't see each other until the 4th episode.
I don't know. I think they can fight. I don't think that'll be a problem. Just because it's like, obviously there's still a significant amount of time. It doesn't have to be the first time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's kind of this whole thing where they both kind of think each other are dead, sort of. It's like Kenobi thinks he left Anakin to die, and like Anakin assumes that Kenobi got killed in Order 66.
Yeah.
So it's like I could kind of see that, but at the same time, it's like
I don't know, because like Darth Vader even goes like a presence I have not felt in a long time in the 4th movie. He's like,
yeah, but a long time doesn't have to be since the Clone Wars.
I guess that is pretty vague. Like,
and it would be interesting to see them fight again.
Also, you guys might have just heard my ring notification. I'm gonna put my phone on silent.
Yeah, that would have probably been good before we started. Anyway, moral of the story: I'm optimistic for Kenobi still.
Like, I will be real with you. Of course, I want to see an awesome lightsaber fight. I'm just worried that they're gonna do it wrong. You know?
That's true, and that's like the risk we've been playing with all the Disney stuff. Is it's like some of it's just not good. Honestly, like the sequels. Like, they had so much going for them. It's like, with all the new technology and stuff, the VFX were amazing.
The VFX were insane.
The camera work was incredible. And obviously, John Williams was still doing the music. The music is amazing. Yeah. Rey's theme is honestly one of my favorite songs.
It is really good.
Which is like the story writing, since they had no plan. And they were just like, guys, what if we just wrote a Star Wars movie because we need money?
Yeah, and I've said this a million times. Well, not on the podcast. First episode of the podcast, guys. It's crazy. But I feel like the sequels is just like a really bad attempt of recreating the original trilogy.
That's what it is. And I've heard somebody told me I should think about it more as like a reboot as opposed to sequels. But it's like, if you're going to reboot it, do a proper reboot.
Yeah, it's because it definitely was supposed to be sequels because they brought back all of the old characters.
If
it's a reboot, you don't include the new characters.
Honestly, the thing that makes me the most sad about it is it's like they had one go with all of those older actors to make a new, like to kind of continue the Skywalker saga, and it's like they kind of blew it.
And they just messed it up, and they can't redo it because
Carrie Fisher's gone. Harrison Ford's probably going to retire soon.
Harrison Ford's like way too old now.
I know. Apparently, he's still doing an Indiana Jones 5, but like,
yeah,
we'll see how that goes.
Probably be the last one. I doubt.
Will.
I doubt I'm going to see any epic stunts from him.
I'm going to be disappointed with, and that's a reference to the Orlando video, if anybody's curious. But I'm kind of interested to see.
I made a video. I went to Disney World, guys. Go check it out. I was about to say link in the description. I guess this will all be on YouTube. Just go check me out on YouTube, The Beast Gaming.
Wow. Just weird plug right there. That's definitely natural.
Well,
Anyway.
I needed it to be there.
I'm interested to see how this new Indiana Jones comes out. Apparently, they're trying to pass the character on to somebody new, and I'm scared because I feel like Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones.
He is. It's kind of like with the Pirates of the Caribbean, how like Johnny Depp is Captain Jack Sparrow, and they're trying to create another movie without Johnny Depp because of like the whole situation, which he actually just got done with the
hearing's done.
The hearing, yeah, the court case just got finished up, so now the
decision's not out yet. At the time of recording.
Yeah, the case isn't over. As the time of the recording, we still have the jury to deliberate through the entire case, but after like literally like 2, almost 3 weeks of just like,
I feel like you're not familiar with how long court
pain.
cases usually take.
Well, no, I'm just saying that, but it's still pain no matter what court case it is.
Yeah, but I feel
After
like
2
that's
or 3
not
weeks
an
of pain.
unusual timeline.
Well, yeah, but it's still 2 or 3 weeks of pain.
Yeah. I don't
But
know.
I mean, I was interested for like the first week, and then I was like, I can't keep up with this. I
I
don't
didn't.
care about this celebrity's life that much.
Yeah,
Like I
didn't
like
follow it
Johnny
that
Depp,
closely.
he's awesome, but like I can't care enough to keep watching this.
I didn't follow it that closely. I was disinterested in it, to be honest with you. And people would like bring it up, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's a thing that's happening. I have
Yeah.
nothing else to contribute."
Yeah, I'm really upset though that Johnny Depp's probably not going to be in the next Pirates movie, because even if he like wins this case, or he's already pretty much won back the court of public opinion, but he said that he will not be returning to Disney, like no matter what they give him.
Ouch.
So it's just really unfortunate, because I just finished rewatching like the first 3 Pirates movies, and he's just really good. He's just like a really good actor, really funny, great just personality as Captain Jack Sparrow, and is not going to see him anymore. And I honestly hope that Disney does not make as much money as they were hoping on the new Pirates movie.
Wow. I don't know. I'm gonna stay optimistic for that too. Although, yeah, I feel like that's the reason why you watch Pirates of the Caribbean.
Is Captain
Johnny
Jack
Depp.
Sparrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny Depp. I definitely will not be seeing it in theaters. Maybe I'll give it a chance when it comes out on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Kind of like with Multiverse of Madness. It's not that I wouldn't see it in theaters. I just can't.
I don't know.
Really.
I probably won't watch that one.
I'll see it. I've heard that like everyone's like, oh, it's like the Sam Raimi flair. It's got Sam Raimi. He's like, but I don't know. People were calling it campy, but like I feel like the age of campy Marvel movies is over. It's like done.
I'll probably pass.
I just don't. Yeah, that's fair.
I've honestly just got disinterested in Marvel after they killed off all the characters, all the original characters.
That's true.
I was really
It's-
just there for
it's-
Iron Man.
It's really hard to stay like interested in it after they finished what is it like was it 3 acts? Was it like Act 1, 2, and 3?
I have no idea, dude. I thought it was phases, so I don't know what's going on.
I guess I guess they were phases. I just called them acts.
I think we're in phase 4 now. So I guess, yeah, when they finished phase 3, it's like
Yeah.
I'm kind of losing interest. Although I thought
Yeah.
Hawkeye was a great show.
I only care about like Spider-Man, but even then, who knows where it's gonna go from here? Because obviously the newest one was really good, but it also really left it open-ended. Like, Tom Holland may not be the next Spider-Man, or
They could do
You
literally
know.
anything now.
which I don't like.
Wow, he doesn't like to be surprised.
I'm just really it's like it was a good movie, but like besides the impact it had on like the story, it was really just because Disney's not sure what Sony's gonna be doing with Spider-Man,
Yeah,
because
that's
they
true.
don't own
They don't own
they
the
don't
IP.
own Spider-Man in the Spider-Man universe. So they're like, well, let's give them a semi kind of okay ending, and then leave it a little bit open so we can keep doing it if we can.
Yeah,
But I think Marvel's just kind of done with Disney specifically. I think they're just kind of done with sharing Spider-Man with Sony. I feel like they want Spider-Man. I think it was
it's
like
complicated
was it
though.
a year or 2 ago that Sony was like, "Yeah, you want Spider-Man? $10 billion."
Yeah, they definitely were like gonna charge him a lot of
They
money.
were being insane about that.
Yeah, well, they don't want to sell because they're making a lot of money owning that IP.
That is true, because it's not just Spider-Man; it's the entire universe, like Green Goblin, all the villains.
Yeah, and honestly, if Sony can just keep letting Disney make movies, it's like they just keep making money off of it for like extremely like they're not taking any of the risk at that point
yeah, because it's
because
Disney.
Disney
doing
has
the
to
stuff.
pay them for using the IP either way, right?
Yeah,
So it's like basically a really low risk way of making movies.
yeah, and it's just like. There's no way they'd give up Spider-Man. It's
No.
just it would be insane. Like obviously they'd give him up for $10 billion,
Yeah,
but nobody's gonna buy the IP for Spider-Man for $10 billion. That is just absolutely insane.
no, probably not.
Yeah, but I think the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse comes out this fall.
Interesting. Speaking of cinematic universes, I don't know if you count the Dream SMP as a cinematic universe.
That's such a good segue. But yeah, we went a little bit off topic, but we're back on the topics.
No, man, we just go where the
conversation takes us. Yeah, I could see you getting a little fidgety. Like, okay, we went from Pirates of the Caribbean to Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay, get back on track, man. Come on.
No, I'm good. I'm just getting. Yeah, it's a little cold down here. I probably should have a jacket.
Yeah, I don't think anybody cares about the Dream SMP anymore. Nobody cares about the Dream SMP cinematic universe. the DMU.
I don't know. We were kind of talking about it beforehand.
The DCU would be it.
DCU.
Oh wait, that's just DC, isn't it?
I have no
That's just
idea,
what the DC
dude.
universe is.
I don't keep up with DC stuff.
Neither do I. Apparently, the new Batman was good though. You told me that, but I don't want to watch it.
I thought it was fine. It was Batman. Anyway, we're still straying. We're not landing back on the topic we want to talk about here.
We'll land. All the landing is happening right now. We're a helicopter.
Okay. We're a helicopter.
In the target. The big H. Well, that's for a hospital. Whatever.
I don't know. We were talking about it before, and it's like, I don't know, Let's Plays are kind of not a thing so much anymore. It's like the genre is just kind of sliding into nothingness.
That's true. And I feel like, yeah, and it's just a lot of Let's Player YouTubers, besides like the really big ones, like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, and I don't know who else is a big those are the only Let's Players I watch anymore, to be completely honest with you. And I don't even really watch Jacksepticeye because I like him like when he's featured in videos, but I'm gonna get like flamed for saying this, but I don't personally really enjoy his content like on its own that much.
No, I'm gonna agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Like I tried, like it's funny whenever he joins like a Markiplier video, but like whenever like I don't watch his videos, I just have a hard time with that.
Yeah, I just prefer him in Markiplier videos and like his own stuff. But besides them, it's like all these like really like big Let's Players are kind of just like falling off, not doing much. Obviously, PewDiePie hasn't been a Let's Player in forever, and he's still huge. But actually, if you look like his views compared to like his subscribers is definitely a huge gap. Though, to be fair, he has gone out and say he's basically retired at this point. He's like, what he means is like, he's not putting effort into his content. He's just doing what he wants.
Well, he's not doing it to make money anymore, which is like a totally different space in YouTube, right? It's like there's the YouTubers that run it like a business, and then there's the YouTubers that are just doing it to have fun. And there's like totally a difference in the content, right?
Yeah, and I mean, it's not necessarily that like if you're running YouTube as a business, it's like bad.
Heartless, yeah,
that's not heartless.
There's like that's something different, right? It's like you can run YouTube as a business and still be passionate about it, and then you can also run YouTube as a business and just like not care. It's like I'm here to make money, and then I'm gonna leave.
Yeah,
that content is usually pretty awful.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and most of the time it's always like children's content because children are the only people that will actually watch that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's heartless like that.
There was also this one channel that I can't remember anymore, but they were like a parody of all the really bad like kids channels or whatever, and everybody was kind of freaking out about them for a little bit, but then they completely just died because people stopped caring. Because when you're doing a parody like that, people can only take so much of that terrible content and be like, haha, that's funny, before they're like, I can't watch this anymore.
Why am I still
really bad?
Why am I still watching a parody of a kids show? It's like,
I know.
It's not funny
it's
anymore.
Like it's not good anymore, so it's kind of just like died off. And
parody channels in general, I feel like, is like a hard genre to get into because it's like you have to like not be super insulting to the original content creator at the same time as trying to make something funny, right? And it's like that's a really difficult space to live in. And obviously, it's like if you set yourself up to be a parodier of one YouTuber, it's like that's just not gonna work long term. It's like you're gonna make a couple of videos and they're gonna be funny, and then it's like you got to move on at some point.
That's actually what happened with Niall Green.
Well, yeah, I mean they had him on the Safety Third podcast, and they talked about it, and they're like, you know, Nigel, the person who's actually now Red, who he was doing the impersonation of, he was like, yeah, I think your videos are hilarious, but if you want to like turn this into your job, it's like that's not gonna work.
Yeah,
you know?
it's eventually it's gonna like wear off. And I mean, I think you could keep it as a job, but the issue is that you have to be funny. You can't just be like, guys, it's funny because it's Niall Red's voice. You have to like actually do something like interesting with it. And
that's difficult.
And he actually, I think, out of respect, the guy who's running Niall Green, he still has the channel up, but he actually renamed it to Mr. Green.
Oh, okay.
Because I went to look him up.
That may be the thing. He may be just like changing directions, and he talked about that on their podcast too, where he's going to do more general impersonating. as opposed to just doing Nile Red.
No,
So it's like I think he may just be trying to reuse the same channel since he attracted a lot of attention.
He's attracted a lot of people, and I mean it's not necessarily that he couldn't do well. I just feel like I don't know how long you can stay well.
Yeah,
with stuff like that.
It's challenging. And it's like, that's the kind of thing that it's like, I feel like I would lose passion very quickly for something like that. It's like, sometimes it's fun to just make something funny, but I get bored of it really fast.
Yeah, I mean, as hard as it is to make your own content, you got to plan it, get all the stuff for it, make a script if you're not a Let's Player, like, because it's dying. That genre is dead.
It's a weak tie-in.
Well, I guess it's not dead, but it's dying. Well, if I say that, I think that worked. I thought the tie-in worked. I thought that was okay.
It was weak.
I thought that was fine. I thought that was good. But it is hard to like plan your own content and do stuff and edit and all this stuff. I would know because I do it and it's hard.
He's like, not to flex or anything, but
not to flex or anything, but I make videos and I have 66 subscribers, so I'm flexing really hard right now.
Crazy.
But I do know the process is hard, but I just couldn't see myself like working that hard on something that isn't me. You know?
Yeah.
Like
that's like the entire premise of it is impersonating.
Because the Nile Green stuff was scripted. Yeah. He like did all this stuff. He recorded and did all this stuff, but it's not him. People are there because it's Nile Red,
right?
But not. That's the whole point. It's not because it's you.
Yeah.
It's
that's
the person you're trying
too.
to impersonate.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, honestly, though, people are there because it's funny, right? So it's like, obviously, that's you making it funny. So it's like, it depends on how you look at it. But yeah, I definitely couldn't do it. I definitely live more in like the maker space type stuff because it's just like, that's what I enjoy is making things.
Yeah, you enjoy, and then like, why not just turn it into a video? Yeah. And just see what happens.
That's kind of where I'm at. It's like me and you are kind of funny because we're on the opposite ends of the spectrum there. It's like you want to actually like do this as like a job, like making videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas like I'm focused on like, hey, I made a cool thing. What if I just showed people how I made it?
Yeah.
Which is like, I'm still figuring that out. I've only done one video, but
yeah. And obviously you're going to look back if you keep doing videos and like a few years or even just like a year and be like, man, that first video was not great.
Terrible.
But I am actually really happy with how the production of it came out.
Yeah.
Thanks to me. I'm kidding. No, but I did help out a lot. But it was definitely you. Like that was all like your scripting and what you wanted with your stuff.
Yep.
I was just there to give you some tips.
And it was a little dry. But I mean, it's like, I want to make it more entertaining, but it's like, it's hard to find that balance between actually giving useful information in the video and also making it entertaining. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I could focus more on making like the video for entertainment and then just like putting all the stuff to build the project like in the description, through like a GitHub link and stuff. But I feel like that's not what I want to do, right? Because it's like if I'm making entertainment videos, that's different from making building stuff.
I would also say that if you were making like entertainment videos, which is kind of what I was thinking about, but I've just like thought about this and like if you put a GitHub in the link in the description, your audience isn't going to be the type of people that want to know how to do it.
Right.
They're there for the entertainment.
Yeah.
So you're like, and that's like something I've thought about. Like, I definitely want to be entertaining and like funny because I enjoy doing that kind of stuff.
Right.
But it's like
the audience is a little different.
Yeah.
It's not the kind of people that are going to go out and make your project because it's like, because they thought it was cool. It's like the people that are there because they think you're funny. And it's like, you're also building stuff, which is kind of fun.
Yeah. It's just like, where do you find the balance between those two? Like, I don't, cause like making like a few little like jokes with your like, your like being like,
that just makes it more enjoyable in general.
I would
say
it
doesn't need to be a monotone video.
It does. But I would argue though, is that I feel like just a little jokes put in with your like talking can also just kind of feel a little corny sometimes, depending on how you do it.
That's true. Especially my humor is extremely dry.
Yeah,
so
I would say that like on their own, the jokes that I kind of like came up for you.
Yeah, that you helped me, right?
That I helped you, right? On their own, they're okay, but like when it's added to your video, it kind of felt out of place.
Yeah,
because
that's not me.
Because that wasn't what. Yeah, that wasn't like what you were doing.
Right. I noticed that too, which is why it's like I took some of the suggestions you gave me, and others I was like, nah, it's just not gonna work.
Also, I'm gonna be real with you. The Minecraft drinking sound at the intro was bad.
Yeah, I made me do it.
I like made you, and then like I didn't get to hear it because you couldn't share the audio through Discord when you were. So like I finally get to watch it, and I'm like, oh, it would have been so much funnier if it was just silent.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
That didn't work. Me do it. It's not that the drinking sound wouldn't have worked; it just didn't fit. It's just like
it wasn't what I was doing, and it's like it felt out of place. The part where we like keyframed my head was really funny.
Yeah,
but like the drinking noise was like.
And it also I also felt like the drinking noise kind of took away from like your reaction after you finished drinking the coffee.
Which
you
was
like
the
have
funny
this like
part.
this like really weird face for a second, and but it kind of like took away from that, and I was like, yeah, that
It
probably
was more
wasn't good.
distracting than anything.
And I'll take the L on that one. You said you didn't want to, and I like pressured you,
Forced me to do it.
and then it didn't turn out well. That is my bad.
Yep, your fault entirely. I'm gonna blame
My
you.
fault entirely. You know, you definitely didn't have the
I
control
definitely didn't do it.
to like remove it. That was entirely me. All me.
Yep.
Completely. Okay. Well,
Anyway, talking about project videos, Nyx over here is actually gonna start kind of changing directions on his channel.
I am, except for my probably my next video is gonna be a let's play because I got Phasmophobia and I was playing it and I was like, man, this is really fun. So I recorded a bit. I'd say it's interesting. We'll see how it turns out while I'm editing. I originally was gonna make for my IRL video, my IRL channel that I have. I was gonna make my first like building video thing, and I wanted to be like
Making a project.
Making a
What you mean
project
by building, yeah.
Yeah, it was my first like making a project video, and it was gonna be on my IRL channel because I wanted to like experiment and see exactly what I wanted to do with it.
Just to clarify,
But
the direction he's talking about changing to take his channel is to more building projects as opposed to the Let's Plays.
yeah, like I want to do specifically like DIY streaming and gaming and like content creation gear, which is a lot of fun. Honestly, it can be a little difficult and
It's
like
tough.
It's exhausting because like I'm like, oh my goodness, I gotta do all of this, and then I also have to record it, and then I have to make a script, and then I have to be funny, and then I gotta edit it and make a thumbnail and be interesting. I gotta learn how to not suck at B-roll so that I can actually have like entertaining like shots while I'm talking, so it's not just my face all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot.
Totally
of
different genre.
effort. It's completely different from like gaming stuff where I just sit down, play a game, laugh, and then just like throw it into the timeline and cut it up and be like, this is perfect.
Yeah, guys, check it out. I played a video game today.
Which I will be honest though, that's honestly not even that fun for me to do anymore. I've actually always noticed that with my gaming content, I made a Dead by Daylight video like back in October, and I didn't hate that because I put like effort into editing it. But with like all of my gaming videos, if you go back, it's like there are some like parts that I edited and made funny, but there's just a ton of space that shouldn't be there, like just long cuts and stuff, because I just don't enjoy going through all my footage and being like, let me like go through this entire thing and find what's funny and throw it in.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed the Disney World vlog that we did more.
That was fun.
I think I really liked it is even though it was a vlog, we actually like pretty much planned our entire trip around the vlog.
Well, we struck a really good balance there because it's we had like an outline of like, this is what we want to do. We kind of want to take these kinds of shots and stuff. And then it's like, that way we struck this balance of like, we knew when we wanted to record basically, which that's another story because it's like, we were a little sheepish about using the gear we brought.
Yeah, originally. Later in the day, we were a little bit better, but like, there's the first shot of my face that you see. I'm like put my phone up to like my chest, and you just see like my neck, and just like my chest, and it's just like the worst angle ever.
But we had a really good time with that, and it was nice because it was like, first we knew what we wanted to do, we knew what we were going there for, and then second, it was like, you know, he didn't have like 5 hours of footage to ingest because he wasn't just recording the entire time.
I think
it was like we knew what we were doing.
The longest footage I had, I think, was like a 10-minute clip of us like walking.
Yeah, that should have just been cut.
That should have, and then actually in the video that I published, I kept a little bit of that in because I need to get rid of this mindset that I had in my last video that I made that like if I recorded it, I need to put it in, but I actually went back through because it's a 20-minute long video, and I went through and I was like, this is boring, this is boring, this is boring, and I cut it all out, and I got it down to 14 minutes. I had like 6 minutes of content that was just not enjoyable.
Yeah.
And a 20-minute long vlog is honestly too long anyways. Like 14 minutes is a very reasonable time. It's like almost 15 minutes, and it's past 10 minutes.
Honestly, I would lean more into the 10-minute side, but like...
Yeah. I think I don't want my videos to be more than 15 minutes is I think like the big thing.
Yeah, and I think we need to find this balance too because it's like the video that I did was like super scripted, and it was like that was nice, but like also it felt like there was like it felt really dry because it's like
it was pretty dead.
Everything was super planned, and it was
we
like
had
nothing was really happening.
There was nothing like interesting that happened because there wasn't like any like because you knew what everything was going on.
Yeah,
like
most of it was talking head anyway, which like I was doing it for a school project as well, is kind of why it kind of got written like that. But you know, it's like. You live and you learn, basically.
Yeah. I would say though that having a fully scripted video isn't necessarily like it doesn't necessarily not work, but it depends on what you're doing. Like an example is Norwegian YouTuber Danny. He makes gaming videos. Like he's a game developer, so he develops games. He scripts his entire videos, but like a ton of stuff happens while he's making the game that is like not scripted and not supposed to happen. Like he's like, yeah, I tried to make networking work and then it took like 300 million hours because I don't know how to use networking and Steam is like very confusing. So like it was scripted, but there was a lot that happened off camera or like on camera that was like unexpected, so we could like make that work.
And I need to watch more YouTubers like that. And the big thing is I need to pay more attention to like how they do stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like I've always watched it from like a viewer's perspective. That's like, oh, this is a cool project. Like let me be entertained while I'm also kind of learning about how they did it, right? And I need to focus more on it's like, oh, okay, this is the kind of stuff that they're putting in because it's interesting and related to the project. And at the same time, you know, it needs to be entertaining and it needs to be like it needs to work for people that are actually interested in the project and want to know how it works and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely see that. That is something that I was working on a little bit as I was like starting to want to get more serious into YouTube, like the beginning of this year. I think you remember I posted the Pocky One Chip Challenge video and I was like, this is fun. Like I genuinely think that I could like do stuff. I started a huge influence I had with a lot of my content when I first started because I was like, oh, I could do gaming stuff. It was like Tommy and It, Technoblade, and a bunch of these like Minecraft YouTubers that are part of the Dream SMP, which we were just hating on a second ago. Nice voice crack, by the way. Yeah. I don't think we actually hated too much on them. I just think we said they weren't relatable anymore. But yeah, I started watching some of his videos more as like an editor and more as like a content creator, and I was like, that doesn't work. I feel like that shouldn't have been kept in because, you know, no video's perfect and you see the flaws, but then you also see like how well, and I feel like Tommy is a really good example, at least for like what I watched. There are other YouTubers that do this too, but he's a really good prime example of how you can use music to your advantage to create comedic timing.
Yeah. And it's like that's just like another skill that you kind of got to learn. And it all adds up eventually to make good videos. It's like I felt like we had really good production value on my last one, but it's like obviously I need to work on scripting and making the video actually entertaining. And the project was very mediocre.
Yeah.
It was like basically I had that project that I needed to do for the school project, and I was like, what if I just also made a video about it just kind of as a dry run to see if this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, I had a really great time. We set up studio lights and stuff. It was fun.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time. I definitely can like agree on the fact though that it was like not perfect. Like obviously you need to work on editing and stuff.
Scripting. And pretty much everything.
Pretty much everything else that comes with making a video.
Camera work was honestly kind of sloppy.
That was me.
Hey, I had a couple that I was not focused on too. So I was like,
yeah, that's true.
It's a team effort.
What happened is we did fix it in post with some white balance, but we had set up everything downstairs where Ben shot his intro, and we had like everything set up and perfect, but we wanted to record the coffee scene first before we recorded you with the intro because you brought in the coffee into the intro. So we like got everything set up downstairs and we took the camera upstairs and the microphone and stuff to record the coffee scene. And then when I came back down, the ISO was changed because we changed it when we were upstairs with the coffee scene because it was different lighting. So I shot it and it looked really bad. So he was like orange. He was like Donald J. Trump, our former president of the United States.
Yeah.
And we had to go through into
we had to white balance.
What was it? Caden.
Basically.
Caden is the
I used
editing
Caden
software.
Live. Yeah.
Caden Live. But yeah, in post you had to white balance it to make it look all right. We had a few shots that you already mentioned that were a little blurry. But overall, it was really fun. I did enjoy it a lot.
It was a great time, and it was a long day. You know, we spent a couple hours recording and stuff, so we were both exhausted at the end.
Yeah, if once you get to the shots, if you're on the couch, I was just like, I turned on the camera and I just sat down on a chair and just was on my phone because I was like, I want to be done. Also, what didn't help is the day of the shoot when I came over in Ben's mini fridge. He's got a really nice mini fridge. Are some Black Rifle coffee
espressos in a
canned espressos, 200 milligrams of caffeine,
not to mention an immense amount of sugar.
And I do not drink coffee like daily or anything. I'm not like used to espressos, so like I drink this 200 milligram coffee and everything just like aches. My legs hurt, my like arms hurt. I feel like super like bouncy, but at the same time, I'm like really tired for no reason. I went to bed that night literally exhausted. Like I wanted to go to bed, but I didn't fall asleep for like 2 hours because I just could not get myself to fall asleep. It was awful.
I've heard similar experiences. I was talking to one of my sister's friends actually that I made a coffee for, and she was like, "Yeah, I went to bed and just like stared at the wall for 2 hours because I couldn't go to sleep."
I can definitely handle the espressos you make with your machine because it's not 200 milligrams of caffeine.
Honestly, that's better
that was
too.
a lot.
I enjoy making the coffees better.
Yeah.
It's like that's a thing for me now. It's
They
like
also taste better. Your coffees taste better. These like Black Rifles, there's so much caffeine. There's genuinely an aftertaste.
yeah,
And it just
you can taste the caffeine.
they just don't taste good either. They're like pumped full of sugar and like this really cheap chocolate flavoring. And it's just not super good. I mean, it's nice to support Black Rifle Company because it's a bunch of like
It's veteran owned.
yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
veteran owned and stuff. So like they do a lot of good
Good
things.
stuff.
Yeah.
And
So
I
like
mean-
it's not bad to buy from them, but it's
More broadly,
amazing.
I really
Amazing.
like their coffee. Like I like buying their beans and stuff. And occasionally, whenever I want to just buy some beans, because they're a premium coffee company, so their beans are expensive. But occasionally, I will just go and buy some of the beans from them, and they're really good coffee, especially make a nice pour over. But it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, the canned coffees are pretty good too. I like the canned coffees, but it's like only whenever I can't make my own coffee. Basically, is why I have them.
yeah.
But that's the way I am with just about every coffee now. I'm a bit of a coffee
Yeah.
snob, I like to make my own coffee now, the way I like it. Consistent and reliable.
It's very cool and awesome.
Yeah. Great coffee. Anyway, we're running up on time here. We're about 45 minutes. You want to
Are we
start
45
talking about...
minutes?
Well, I guess there's a little bit we got to cut out. But
Yeah.
we're about 45 minutes. If we want to talk about like projects, I guess, for the last 10 minutes,
We
what
could talk
we're
about
working on.
We could talk about projects. My bag is killing me too. I actually wasn't sure how much time because I didn't feel like we've been going for too long. But I was like, I didn't set a timer.
No,
So-
I'm watching the recording.
So I
here,
don't.
so we're
Okay,
good.
I'm gonna set a timer next time though because I was just like stressed because I'm like, I don't know what we're at right now. How far are we?
You live and you learn.
I don't.
Anyway.
We're talking about coffee. Do we need to go to the other topics before we end?
Do we have any other topics we wanted to hit?
I mean, besides, I already talked about what I plan on doing. I want to do DIY, gaming and streaming stuff, gear,
Like
which is
hardware gear,
yeah,
right?
like hardware gear.
And we're gonna write some.
We are gonna write some
programs.
software. That's like the big thing because our first project is probably gonna be a DIY stream deck. Which, by the way, ours is gonna be better than all the other ones on YouTube, because all the other ones on YouTube are pretty much just like touchscreen with like little slits on like the cover. But we're gonna like make buttons and we're gonna make this look
We're
sick.
gonna try. It's
We're
gonna be
try.
tough.
It's gonna be hard, but I feel like the main focus, like the main like draw-in from my content, I feel like is gonna be, I'm going to I want to be entertaining, but I do want to have a GitHub where people can get all the stuff. And this may be a little unrealistic. I'm gonna see how it goes, but I may drop it if it's really hard. But I was thinking making a second channel for tutorials, and not like recording different stuff for like tutorials, being like, all right, this is the tutorial video, but like while I'm just working on software, or like once I finish the software, just going through and showing what it is, or like while we're putting it together. My goal is I really want to do a green screen, and like I can like kind of like move myself in throughout like scenes and stuff. So like maybe while we're making the project, kind of like talking about what we're doing, because I'm probably not gonna use like us building
Most of it, yeah.
most of it. Like there will be some things that something happens that's unexpected, something funny, throw it in.
We discovered that with the dry one we did already.
Yeah, that's why I think I need a script, because honestly, just building a foot pedal there's not enough entertainment.
We'll say more
which is, like,
scripted
being
than
interested.
what we did for that, which will never
Yeah.
get published. It won't see the light of day.
Yeah,
and probably
it's-
less scripted than mine.
It was really painful to edit. I was like, I don't know how to make this funny. There are like three
Honestly,
things I
dude.
said that were okay.
We just like hit record on the camera and then just like spent 3 hours working on the project.
Yeah,
so it's like honestly
it's-
that might be the kind of thing that we can stream. Maybe more like
Oh, that could
software.
be
I would say
cool.
we could stream.
Yeah.
And if people want to check out
I mean,
while we're building, it's like they can
Eventually,
hang
I
out.
could probably like get up some stuff to stream, but it definitely wouldn't be immediately
No.
streaming.
Yeah,
stuff
for
here.
sure. And then it's like I was thinking too. You're talking about the second channel. You could just post like extended editions of the video where you just cut less,
Yeah.
basically. So it's like your primary channel is more for entertainment still, but then it's like if you're curious about more of the project pieces, it's like here's a longer video you can go watch
Yeah.
on the second channel.
And I feel like also the biggest draw-in that I was gonna get to, but then I got off topic, was that we're gonna actually have like an intuitive software
Yeah.
for our devices. It won't just be like, oh, we have a microcontroller and it works as a
Stream Deck.
Yeah, it's just like it works as like just at like if you were to buy like a numpad and just assign them.
Yeah,
like
just write macros basically.
Yeah, like I don't want it to just be like this is a glorified macro pad. I want like really intuitive software that's nice. And so that's like my goal is to like learn how to do software and make it look nice too, which is why I want to learn this software called Flutter and stuff. A lot of like it's by Google, right?
Yeah, Google made it.
Google made it, and
it's based
a lot
on Dart,
of companies,
which is another Google language.
Yeah, and then a lot of companies are starting to use it because it creates like software that actually like has a really nice UI, like graphics UI.
It looks nice,
GUI.
and it also supports all platforms. It's like it supports Linux, Mac, Windows, Android, iOS. It's like you can compile for everything.
Anybody can use it, which is really nice. And I'm gonna give it out for free.
Very cool.
No Patreons, no Patreons. If you guys want to give me extra money, eventually maybe I'll start like a membership thing.
He said he's gonna do a charity.
I'm gonna do.
He's gonna become a charity. Like, please give me your money.
Give me your money, please. I'm begging you. But no Patreon. I won't be like, go to the Patreon and then you can have all the software. I just gave it to you. All right. Make sure you watch the whole video though, so I get my ad revenue.
Don't use an ad blocker.
Don't use an ad blocker. If you do, I'll find you and I'll turn it off.
Buy YouTube Premium. That works too.
Don't do that.
Why not?
Well, I don't get paid.
With YouTube Premium, I thought you did still. You get a cut of the thing for them watching.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think the whole point is that enough people still watch with ads.
Okay.
That you still like. It's
Probably.
okay.
I just don't know what I'm talking about then.
Well, you use a YouTube that's YouTube but ad blocker.
Yeah.
It's literally YouTube, but you don't get ads, and it's
That's
like
true.
it's like on Android, and it's
I don't
like
watch that
super
much.
cringe.
I don't watch that much YouTube anymore though, so
Yeah,
it's
no.
not like it matters that much.
But, so that's where I'm going, except for my next video, which is gaming. So, guys, I'm gonna be doing some pretty cool stuff. Except for next time, watch me play Phasmophobia with my friend.
Ouch.
But yeah, that's pretty much where I want to go.
I've got a lot of stuff.
You got some
Working
stuff
on
that
too.
you want to do.
Yeah, I'm doing way too much stuff.
You're
Honestly,
doing like a ton of stuff that we'll never even see YouTube.
that's true. That's because I'm not doing it for that.
Well,
Just,
yeah,
like, making projects. It's what I do.
that is what you do.
On
That's
top
what
of
you've always
working
done.
too much, but
You've also, speaking of like projects you do, you've literally been working on like a clone trooper helmet for like 2 years.
that one might get done eventually.
Eventually, in the next
Yeah.
2 years, maybe
I've
it'll
discovered
be finished.
I'm not the greatest at finished work because I don't particularly enjoy
I
it.
don't enjoy it.
No, yeah, so it's hard to just like sit down and like sand and then like paint and then like paint again.
I mean,
and sand some more.
It's really hard to want to do that, especially since we're not exactly artistic. So like you're like, man, I don't want to paint this clone trooper helmet because if I mess up, that's gonna be sad and it's gonna
Well,
look.
you know, you can just
stupid.
sand it back off anyway.
But then you have to sand it.
then that's more
And
sanding.
this is more than you want to do.
Some Bible quizzing stuff coming. Working on some quiz stuff that'll probably never get
If
published.
you guys are wondering what Bible quizzing is, well, I don't know.
Make
I'll
a
just
video
like
or something.
put a link in the description to this, just like Google Doc.
no, just link to the senior Bible
I'll just
quizzing
link to the
website.
Senior Bible Quizzing website. Just check it out.
There
I
you go.
guess.
And then working on more IoT stuff. Basically, I think that's what I want to do for the most part is like IoT stuff.
And then just like post it.
Because like
on
my first
YouTube,
one was
on the
like
interwebs.
my first one was like a motion sensor, but it was using like a really high level. So like a Raspberry Pi like runs an OS, and that's what I was using. So basically, it was on top of Linux, very very high level. Now I'm getting it down to the lowest level. I'm just gonna use a microcontroller, and then I want
Yeah.
to make it run super low power, so I can just like put a battery on it, recharge it, you know, every couple of weeks or whatever. However long I can make the battery last is basically what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just forcing me to learn new stuff. Like I wanna learn about. There's a new protocol coming out called Matter. That's gonna be great for IoT because you
Yeah.
know everybody is signing on to it, and if everybody signs on, that means that you know all the stuff is gonna start working together. Not quite out yet.
Yeah.
I wanted to check it out this month, but it's not there yet. So that's coming.
Yeah, I remember you were like super into that. You were like, yeah, next video is gonna be Matter, and then you're like, wait a minute. This
Matter is not out yet.
actually isn't a thing that I can do yet.
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, I might be able to make it work, but it would be really jank.
You'd have to. Didn't you say you'd have to be like making your own like?
I'd have to be writing my
Your
own
own
client for
client,
it,
yeah.
basically, which is like that's way
Which is
above what
just
I'm capable
Awful,
of doing.
because like that's literally how you write stuff. Is you go like on the internet and just
Steal it.
steal what other people have already done.
Yeah, basically. Anyway, I also want to use this for like production. Like, I actually want to like use it as an
Yeah.
IoT device.
And also something else that's gonna be going on is this podcast. We're gonna be not making weekly episodes.
No.
That's way too difficult.
Way too difficult.
Like 2 a month, maybe.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't commit to any timetables.
Whenever we have time, pretty much. Whenever I feel like editing, and whenever you feel like coming in and recording.
Anyway.
But
That's like 52 minutes.
that's pretty awesome.
I don't know if
Yeah.
you're cool with that.
That's fine. This was really fun. I actually really enjoyed. Don't stop recording.
I'm not stopping
Okay,
recording.
you just like I saw you just go over and hover. I'm like, if you stop, I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, no, this was. Oh my god, I'm not close enough to the microphone.
Noise gate be like.
Noise gate just be killing. Yeah, no, this was actually really fun though. So I would like to do 2 a month. That's not like a promise. But I definitely want to start doing these podcasts because I'm gonna be real. We didn't even touch one of our topics because we just like went off.
Did we really miss a topic?
Yeah, we didn't go into the Dream SMP topic that we
Oh,
had. Like
man.
we touched it for 2
We were
seconds.
like, Dream SMP's
So-
a thing, and then moved on.
So what happened? We had Dream SMP as a topic, and then we had Let's Play as a topic, and then Ben just fused them.
I don't know. They're the same in my mind.
Well, no, no. Honestly, it's fine. I
I
didn't.
guess Dream SMP is more scripted than Let's
Yeah.
Play content. So it's like
it's true. It's kind
story
of different.
stuff. Which
but-
don't even get me started on scripted Let's Play. Drives me crazy.
I mean, listen, I liked Dream SMP in 2020. They had this first arc that was like fun, but then after that, they just kept trying to like script stuff, and it's just like, it's not working anymore. And there's still, I don't even know if any, like, I know a ton of Minecraft YouTubers are still like streaming on the Dream SMP because it's easy money. You just like hop on and have all your stands just be like, oh, we love you, and then you just like make like $1,000 just by walking around just talking.
Wow.
So like they're still using the Dream SMP, but like nobody's like
Enjoying it.
enjoying it. There's no like scripting going on any story anymore. It's just kind of like, nobody cares
That's
anymore.
what you wanted to do with your server initially, SMP Ultimate,
I-
until I talked you out of it. I was like, nope, I'm not doing scripted.
And that's true. Well, I didn't want scripted. I just wanted like
A story.
a story
Which is
that like both improv.
One that's like
But
basically an hour away from scripted.
I think with SMP Ultimate, we didn't need to script it, and it's a good thing we didn't, because we had factions created a story on its own, you know, like you have people that become enemies with each other, you have people who become allies.
And it's so much more enjoyable to watch, I think, whenever it falls into place naturally like that.
It
It's
is
like it's not forced so much where it's like whenever we have a written story, it's like, oh no, I need to come up with a reason to have conflict with somebody now. It's like
I know. And then the issue with that is that none of us are professional actors.
No.
So it's
not
like
even close.
it's like we're gonna script this, but then it's really bad because none of us know what
we're all
we're
just
doing.
reading off the script.
I mean, I personally think I could do it, but you could never. You could never like
That's what I told you.
give
I would
emotion
not
off
do
of a
it.
script.
No, that's what I told you.
Even with the little improv that we had, you struggled. Even like
Yeah,
the little
I was
improv.
like lost on the story. You guys were like going off doing story, and I was just like sitting there. I was
Yeah,
like,
like we didn't like come up with like a story to follow, but we were all trying to like role play and have improv and stuff. And you were just like, yeah,
I was so
I'm
lost, dude.
playing Minecraft.
yeah, I was so lost.
But that's the one thing that I wish had happened with SMP Ultimate was more content creators, because honestly, role playing was fun, and that was like a huge thing for me because I do enjoy that. I actually play D&D, which is, you know, just like an entirely like a role playing game.
Nerd.
Yep. But that's like one thing that I like really drives me is I really enjoy like playing a character and like doing stuff. That's why I wanted to be a theater kid for a little bit. But then I decided I enjoy homeschooling, and I didn't want to go to my local well, not my local, but I didn't want to go to a high school that I could have attended that had like a decent theater program.
I actually had a theater program.
Also, I'm sorry, I like theater, but you theater kids are kind of whack, bro. I'm sorry. I will be friends with you, but like I don't want to associate as one of you.
He's like, I will talk to you, but I am not one of you.
I am not one of you. Like I would love to be in a play. I would love to be in a musical or some sort of like thing. It's not like I can sing super well, but that's just like something that's really cool. But I'm not a theater kid. I'm sorry. I'm not one of you. I'm not one of you.
Anyway, on that bright note,
On the bright note of
we
that.
we better wrap up because we got like half an hour until
Oh, we
we're
have
gonna
half an
watch
hour.
the show.
Half an hour till we watch the Kenobi show. I am excited to watch it. Like
We already had this conversation.
I know, but I just wanted to preface. I am excited to watch it. I'm a little skeptical, but I am excited. So like, I'm genuinely pretty excited. that we're gonna be seeing that.
Getting ready to do it. So
Getting ready
we
to do
gotta
it.
pack down all the equipment we borrowed now.
Oh, we do.
I feel like this was a great first podcast.
This was really fun.
Some interesting
Do you
topics.
enjoy this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
I had so
Basically,
much fun.
nothing was on our topic list that we talked about.
We got the first two, and then I told you I wanted to talk about Pirates of the Caribbean,
Okay.
and then that's it. All right. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the podcast. I am
listening.
yeah.
No video.
Oh yeah, no video. Well, I mean, on YouTube we're gonna have like this little like thing, like like those Trap Nation music things where it's like and like the big circle just like goes crazy and stuff. We're gonna have one of those. But thank you so much for listening. We are on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and YouTube. So if you're ever like, oh man,
And we should have an RSS feed, right? So it's
we do have an RSS feed. We don't
So
have.
we should be in all of your favorite
Yeah.
podcasting apps.
We don't have a. Yeah, I believe actually, because I like set up an Apple Podcast and a Spotify, but I'm pretty sure once we post our first episode, the hosting service we have will actually allow me to like
publish to the RSS.
publish the stuff. We don't have a site, and we don't plan on having a site.
No, this
'Cause-
is just like basically we have some free time. And
I don't think we want
to
to.
do
I
something.
don't think we want to pay for a
No,
like a
not especially.
the thing for our like little podcast. But yeah, we share us around or don't. I don't really care. This is more of a passion project than anything.
Give us 5 stars.
Give
or
us
don't.
5 stars on Apple Podcasts. I don't know if you can give us 5 stars. You can't do. I don't. You can give like 5 stars on Spotify, I think, but you
Yeah.
can't like review it.
Oh, okay.
But on Apple Podcasts, you can leave a little review being like best podcast ever. I love these guys. XOX.
Put those exact words in there, and we'll find you.
Yeah. If actually anybody who types that exactly started the next podcast, I will read them out. I will read out everybody who
read
left a
out your
5-star
username.
review and left. I love this podcast. It's so awesome. XOXO. I will read out your name. You will get plugged.
Plugged.
You will get plugged.
Yeah, leave
I
your
was trying to
information
think of-
below it.
I was trying to think of the word. Shout out.
Shout out.
You'll get plugged. All right, thank you so much for watching. If you want to find us, it's BKP515 on YouTube and The Beast Gaming on YouTube. I'm sorry if I cut you off.
Beast is spelled with a 3 by the way.
Yeah, it honestly in the description of the podcast and in the description of this. No, it actually won't. Anyways, whatever. It doesn't matter. Check me out. I'll probably have my link in the description on the YouTube. So if you're on
Not
Spotify,
Mr. Beast Gaming.
just go to YouTube. I am not. Actually, I finally, if you look up The Beast Gaming on YouTube, it finally shows me again. For forever, it showed Mr. Beast Gaming.
Got him.
Ever since he made his channel, it showed him if you looked me up. But finally, I'm back, baby. I'm back at the top search. And then it's Mr. Beast Gaming.
Only if you look up his name specifically. Though.
Yeah, if you look up like Beast Gaming, you're still going to get Mr. Beast.
Anyway, I'm gonna stop recording now.
All right, well,
Goodbye.
okay, whatever. Bye.